My hair has an intuitive message. It came out kind of Vikingish. It's giving very Viking vibes, so I put a little braid. And it said, you need to tell the story of when you were 12. Grab your little beverage. I'm going to grab my tea, and I'm going to tell you the story. Okay, Vikings need love too. I was camping in up north Michigan with friends, and I was about 12. So my dad was with us and my friend's dad. We decided to go on a hike, my sister, me, and my friend, and her older brother. We decided to go into the woods, and there was a path, and we're having a great time, just exploring nature. And then the path stopped. My friend's older brother was a bully. I didn't really like him, but that's beside the point. He wanted to go back because guess what happened? The path kind of stopped in the middle of the woods. And he wanted to track back and just go back. I didn't want to. I felt like intuitively the campground is right there. So why not just kind of make our own path? And he said, I'm not doing that. So he turned around and left and said, good luck. So it was me, my friend, and my sister. And we start venturing off through the ferns, through the brush, and there was maybe a little bit of a path, but then it started to be no path. And we couldn't go back because we didn't know there was no path that way either. So here we were in the woods with no path. So we started walking, and I was still in pretty good spirits. Like, okay, we know where the campground is. We'll get there. We'll get there. As time went on, it became apparent that not only is there no path, like we were just kind of slashing ferns. I hate that we were slashing ferns. I love ferns, but we were creating this path, and twigs started hitting our faces and our bodies, and it was just, fear was kind of setting in, okay? And hours went by, and we kept going. And then my sister and my friend started to be upset and cry and be scared. Now, I was also uncertain, but I wasn't going to cry. And this is what was interesting about this, is that I felt like I can't cry. Someone's got to lead the pack out of this lostness of the woods. And it was going to have to be me, because with every twig that snapped, like I remember my friend, her face was kind of bloody because some twigs snapped at her, and my sister was crying and despondent and just kind of following me. They had no choice unless, I started crying, and they wanted to give up. They just wanted to sit there in the woods and wait to be found. I didn't feel like that was going to happen. I felt like this is some thick woods. They're not going to find us before dark. I don't know. I just knew that. And I also knew if I crumble up into a pile of tears and give up, it's going to make it worse for my friend and my sister, who are already in such despair. If I give up, then we're all going to be sucked into worry and sucked into despair and never get out. And it was getting dark. It was getting dark. And I remember when fear tried to get in to me as we were walking, I kept trying to encourage my friend and my sister, and the fear would come in and go, "You're not going to make it out. You're getting more lost. You're getting more lost." But I kept kind of saying, "No, I can't let that fear grip me because we have to get out of here." So I kept putting it off. So I was experiencing the same fear that my sister and my friend were, but I wasn't letting it get in. I couldn't let it get in. So I just kept going. In fact, back in the day, there was this song on the radio and it came through to me to sing to. It was, "Hang on, help is on its way. I'll be coming fast as I can. Hang on, help is on its way." And I kept singing that and I kept singing that. Anyway, I was forging through. It was starting to get dark. Then we see this huge, vast, 10 feet tall area of cattails, which usually means water or marsh, but I didn't think like that. I just saw all of it was these tall stalks. That was it. So I'm like, we're going to have to go through these. We're going to have to go through these. We have to keep going straight. If we looked left, there were more stalks forward. If we looked right, I just knew, I don't know how I knew, keep going forward. Taller stalks were going to be more lost. And of course, my sister and friend were like, "Do you even know what we're doing? Do you even know where we're going?" I'm like, "We got this. We got this." Inside, I'm like, "Where are we going?" But I knew somehow, go through the cattails, go through the cattails. So we were walking, parting those cattails and walking. Guess what? We popped out the other side of the cattails. There was a paved dirt road, clearly a road for cars, for the park. We made it. We busted through the hardest part of those cattails and made it to the road. So we knew how to get back to that campground. In the meantime, we hugged, we cried, we made it through. Something was calling me forth.